Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Newshour, India's voice to the world. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. Coming up in the next hour, Prime Minister Modi lays foundation stone for 34,200 crore rupees development projects in Gujarat, undertakes aerial survey of Doordarshan Special Investment Region. Estonia, NATO denounce Russian air incursion. Moscow denies claim. Trump warns of big trouble. Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping make headway on TikTok deal, plan to meet in South Korea. And in cricket, India chase historic maiden women's ODI series triumph against Australia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on a visit to the western Indian state of Gujarat. The Prime Minister took part in a Samudra Samriddhi event and unveiled development projects worth over Rs 34,200 crores. In a major boost to India's maritime sector, Prime Minister Modi inaugurated and laid the foundation stone for key projects related to the maritime sector worth over Rs 7,870 crores. In addition, Prime Minister Modi launched projects worth Rs 26,300 crores, marking a historic boost for the state's growth and India's vision of Viksit Bharat. From green energy and solar power initiatives to new highways, LNG terminals, hospitals and super speciality facilities, these projects will ramp up infrastructure, empower farmers and improve healthcare. Speaking on the occasion, PM Modi highlighted that India's ports are the backbone of nation's rise as a global maritime powerhouse. Further, the PM said that for peace, stability and prosperity in the world, India should be self-reliant.
हमें ये बात हमेशा दोहरानी है, जितनी ज्यादा विदेशी निर्भरता उतनी ज्यादा देश की विफलता। विश्व में शांति, स्थिरता और समृद्धि के लिए दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी आबादी वाले देश को आत्मनिर्भर बनना ही होगा। हम दूसरों पर आश्रित रहेंगे तो हमारा आत्मसम्मान भी चोटिल होगा। 140 करोड़ देशवासियों के भविष्य को हम दूसरों पर नहीं छोड़ सकते।
Prime Minister Modi witnessed an exhibition held as part of the Samudra Samriddhi event. Earlier, Prime Minister Modi held a mega roadshow in Bhavnagar, where citizens came out in large numbers to welcome and showered with flower petals. Prime Minister Modi also undertook an aerial survey of Doordarshan Special Investment Region, which is envisioned as a greenfield industrial city. This is built around sustainable industrialization, smart infrastructure and global investment. PM Narendra Modi virtually inaugurated Mumbai International Cruise Terminal from Gujarat on Saturday. The terminal is set to meet global standards. Deputy Chairman of the Mumbai Port Trust, Adesh Titarmare, spoke exclusively to DD India's correspondent Yogesh Chital.
We have Adesh Titarmale, the Deputy Chairman of Mumbai Port Trust. Sir, as per the estimate, by 2041, roughly 4 million people are expected to be transported through this port, and out of it 3.2 million from Mumbai cruise terminal only. How you are prepared for the requirements that are likely to appear?
Yeah. See, India is a bright spot in the cruise tourism industry of the world, and Indians are cruising more frequently. They are cruising not only in India but outside India also. Cruise Bharat mission was launched in September 2024, and in continuation of that, Mumbai International Cruise Terminal, which is the largest cruise terminal of this country and the first to be run on PPP basis, was inaugurated today by Honorable Prime Minister of India. This cruise terminal is equipped to handle 10,000 passengers per day and 1 million passengers in 1 year.
Sir, we have seen the Global Maritime Summit also a few years back, and Samudra Malaya to Sagar Malaya to multiple events we have seen. How Mumbai Port Trust is seeing the vision of basically developed India that PM has also outlined multiple times. So coming to this particular sector, how do you see the preparations and how the contribution of this sector to the vision?
Yeah, very rightly said by you. In continuation of Global Maritime India Summit, this year, Mumbai is again hosting India Maritime Week, which will be a week-long event to be held in the last week of October. And Mumbai Port is working very hard to fulfill the visions of Honorable Prime Minister of India under Cruise Bharat mission, under MIV 2030, as well as Viksit Bharat vision of 2047.
My last question, coming to that entire development in port sector particularly, 25 square feet things have been renovated and the new things. Could you please throw some highlights of the characteristics of new Mumbai Cruise Terminal?
Yeah, it is built in an overall area of 4,15,000 square feet, and it is built at a cost of 555 crore rupees. It is fully equipped to handle more than 10,000 passengers per day and 1 million passengers in a year. It has 72 counters for check-in as well as immigration facilities.
Thank you so much for talking to Doordarshan. So from the colonial footprints to new India hallmarks, the Mumbai Port Trust and the other ship builder sectors have gone through a tremendous change in the last few years, and currently we are witnessing a golden period of ship industry and particularly the entire maritime field. With my colleague Jitesh, I am Yogesh Kumar, reporting from Mumbai for DD India.
Well, my colleague Vishal Baristo is in Lothal and joins us live on the phone line. Hi Vishal. A very good afternoon. India has a rich maritime heritage, Vishal. Tell us how the National Maritime Heritage Complex will bring out its true essence and how it is expected to give an impetus to other areas like tourism and research in the region.
Well, a very good afternoon to you. Let me first talk to you about what really went through the day. And we first start off with the Prime Minister's rally at Bhavnagar. And you heard the Prime Minister saying that the biggest enemy of India, which also has a population of 140 crore people, is reliance on other countries.
Yeah.
And we have been for long heavily being reliable or relying on the imports. So it is high time that if we have to become a developed nation by 2047,
yes,
then we have to be self-reliant. Now, coming back to your question about the National Maritime Heritage Complex, we have studied Siddharth in our school books, and you must be reminded of the pictures of the Harappa civilization. And
yes,
Lothal is one of the oldest ports in the world, as far as especially the oldest in this part of the world. 4,500 years is the history, and this history is now being connected to the modern day technology. The Prime Minister has always been very vocal about the rich history of the country and how the modern technology could be used. So today the theme of the event was Samudra says Samriddhi. That means prosperity from the ocean. So the focus is how to build our maritime power. We all know that during the days of Lothal Port, India was big maritime power. But today we need to establish that authority. And this complex, which also has a gallery by the Navy, a museum by the Navy, showcases the advanced airborne warning system aircraft of the Navy, and also Nishank, which has served the Indian Navy for 30 years, 3 decades. So these things are here. So it would be very interesting for the youngsters to know their history, as well as to be connected with the war history of the independent India. Along with this, there are 16 galleries coming up. Yesterday, I visited one of the model of a submarine, and if you go inside Siddharth, it is so interesting. It talks about the how from the dinosaur age to the modern world, the evolution of life in the oceans, and that is a movable model. So you get a feeling as if you are traveling in a submarine. All these things are here. So the whole idea is to develop the economy of the country, to provide the people a place where they can visit and also know about the history, and along with that also to boost up the local technology. When I say local, it means vocal for local, and that is the indigenous technology. So one day visit of the Prime Minister, which had a bouquet of 34,200 crore, spanning from Gujarat to Car Nicobar, is definitely a very big day as far as the development, self-reliance is concerned, and also about the blue economy. Now, what is blue economy? Without disturbing the ecology of the sea, you have to focus on how to gain from the oceans and how to increase your own economical activity as far as the oceans are concerned. So that
definitely, you said that right, Vishal. You know, India certainly has a rich maritime heritage, and you know, when you combine it with technology, it gives you amazing results. Vishal, I want to ask you that how excited are the locals for this complex?
Well, Siddharth, the complex is still under construction.
Yeah.
It would take some time, and today the Prime Minister reviewed the development of the project. He was here yesterday. I spoke to the senior officials of the Tata. Tata is in charge of this project, and they are saying that the project is going on smoothly. We are on track. And today the Prime Minister also held a meeting and also found about the development about the project, because it is going to be one of its kind in the world. And that is the whole idea, and that is why a very interesting name has been given to it, the National Maritime Heritage Complex. You have the modern Navy here, you have the video footage and or the AI footage of the Lothal port. So you will be connecting your history that goes back to thousands of years, and also to the post-independence. This is the complex where you will have both the modern and the historic, along with the heritage value.
Definitely. Vishal, you talked about technology being incorporated here. Can we see the use of artificial intelligence also here?
Well, absolutely. Without artificial intelligence, it would not be possible to showcase the Lothal port, how they used to trade, and how people of Harappa civilization that was part of the Indus Valley used to trade from here to Africa and further on with Egypt and all. So artificial intelligence has been used even in the model that I was talking about, the submarine model that speaks about the dinosaur age to the modern day ocean life evolution. And also a lot of interesting things are here. When we talk about the Museum of the Navy, it showcases how a ship works. Nishank, normally we call a ship along with the name INS, but since it has retired from the Indian Navy, it is called ex-Nishank. So Nishank also tells the visitor about how a ship works and how difficult life and how challenging and adventurous life a mariner has. So all these things, they are being showcased here. The complex is still under construction, but once ready, it would be one of its kind in not only the country, but also in the world.
Definitely, Vishal. And India certainly, the maritime sector, when we talk about, is touching skies, and from here it will keep growing. Vishal, tell us a bit about it. And all right, I'll get back to you. Vishal. But right now we are getting you the visuals. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits Lothal to review the progress of National Maritime Heritage Complex and also inspect ongoing projects. These are the visuals that we are getting for you from this complex. You can see the beautiful use of artificial intelligence in telling India's rich maritime heritage, as our correspondent Vishal Barrister was also telling us a while back. Here you have the visuals, Prime Minister Narendra Modi. These are the visuals that we are getting for you, for all those viewers who have just tuned in to DD India. These are the visuals from the National Maritime Heritage Complex, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is there, and he is actually witnessing the beauty of this complex, which will take some time to be completed. And the beautiful, in fact, use of artificial intelligence is depicting clearly and beautifully, wonderfully, in fact, India's rich maritime heritage. It will also help in teaching the present generation about India's rich maritime heritage, and our correspondent Vishal Barrister was also telling us the same. Vishal, I believe our correspondent is joining us live on the phone line. Vishal, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, we are showing our viewers that PM Modi is visiting the National Maritime Heritage Complex, and the beauty, like you just said, the incorporation of artificial intelligence is actually helping in telling this generation and in fact everyone that what India's maritime heritage was, and how it has come so far from where it was, and how India is progressing in maritime sector with each passing day. Vishal.
Well, absolutely. This is going to be a chronological event. This is going to be a document, visual document with the use of AI, so that the students and the youth of the country also gets to know about the rich heritage of the country. We have read in our school books, Siddharth, you must be remembering about those pictures, about the great baths of the Indus Valley civilization, about the drainage system. But here we are talking about the port of Lothal. And we all know that Lothal was a very, very important destination for maritime trade. So the whole focus of the day has been the maritime sector. We are talking about our heritage, we are talking about history, and today the Prime Minister laid the foundation and also inaugurated the development projects worth 34,200 crores, spanning from Gujarat to Maharashtra, down south to Paradip, to Patna, to Varanasi, and also to Car Nicobar Islands. So it has been a very, very important day for the maritime sector of the country, and the focus is on new economy. The focus is on the Sagarmala project, which was inaugurated in 2015. 10 years down the line, the progress we have made so far. The Prime Minister is always watchful of the development that India has made, of all the progress that have been made. And also, if he starts anything, and he makes it sure that the project also finishes on time, and the benefits of that project are also being reaped by the country. Today, before visiting Lothal, he also took an aerial survey of Dholera, which is also called the Green Industrial Region, which
Definitely.
is also going to be one of its kind, which would be coming up with the largest international airport in the country. So it has been quite an eventful day for Gujarat, but the benefits have also gone down to different states, as I was talking about, to far east, to Bihar and Varanasi in UP, and also to Car Nicobar in the Andamans.
Definitely, you said that right, Vishal. A big infra push to the state of Gujarat, and especially a big boost to the maritime sector. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Gujarat. He inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of various development projects related to the maritime sector. And India's maritime sector is touching skies. In fact, it's growing with each passing day. And here you have on your screens, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is there at the National Maritime Heritage Complex. And as we were talking to a reporter, Vishal Baristo, this complex will certainly tell more and more about India's rich maritime heritage and will also teach the youngsters, especially the young generation who are the future of the country, about India's rich maritime heritage. And also this will, give a fillip to various sectors as well regarding research when it comes to tourism as well and other sectors also. Well, moving on. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal attended an event celebrating 10 years of Make in India and Next Gen GST Reforms 2.0. The event celebrates rededication to the Make in India program launched by Prime Minister Modi in 2014 with a week-long series of activities aimed at spreading the message nationwide. As the festive season is about to begin, the common man will start getting benefits from GST rate cuts. Many electronic items will now become cheaper with GST rate cuts. The GST rate on electronic goods has been reduced from 28% to 18%. As a result, products like air conditioners, refrigerators, TVs larger than 32 inches, dishwashers, washing machines, vacuum cleaners, microwave, ovens, heaters, mixers and grinders will now be more affordable. This will bring major relief to the public. With the new GST rates coming into effect from September 22nd, companies have already begun advance bookings for ACs.
28% GST थी, अब 18% आ गई है, तो कस्टमर की जो ख़रीदारी है वो भी बढ़ेगी काफ़ी ज़्यादा और सीज़न भी स्टार्ट हो रहा है क्योंकि 22 से हमारा नवरात्रि भी चालू है और GST भी इफेक्ट हो रही है, तो काफ़ी फ़र्क पड़ जाएगा।
गवर्नमेंट इस काम में हर तरीके से विजिलेंस भी रख रही है और हर तरीके से कोशिश कर रही है। इवन मैन्युफैक्चरर्स बहुत टाइट हैं कि जो भी सपोर्ट गवर्नमेंट ने दी है कि 28 से 18 करा है तो पूरा का पूरा बेनिफिट कस्टमर तक पहुंचना चाहिए। तो हमने भी इस चीज़ के लिए यहाँ पे आप अगर शोरूम में भी देखते हैं तो हमने भी क्लियर लिख रखा कि पहले 28% पे जो जैसे ये AC था 56,500 रुपये का था, जो आज 52,300 रुपये का हो जाएगा।
Semiconductors power modern electronics, acting as the brain of devices from smartphones to satellites. Earlier this week, Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav inaugurated ARM's new semiconductor design office in Bengaluru, which will focus on next-generation 2-nanometer chip technology, marking a key step in India's semiconductor journey. Let's take a look at India's semiconductor journey and its global context.
Semiconductors are the essential building blocks of modern electronics, acting as hidden brains that make devices work. The chips can store, process, and transfer information, helping devices perform tasks. Thinner chips mean more processing capacity in less space, hence lighter products. Smaller transistors enable greater efficiency and reduced power consumption. Moreover, they hold strategic importance for national security, space exploration, and defense applications. A 2-nanometer chip is being designed in India for the first time. We are advancing from 753 to now 2 nanometer. This technology will support next-generation devices in AI, mobile computing, and high-performance systems. Total approved projects under the India Semiconductor Mission now stand at 10 across 6 states with cumulative investments of 1.6 lakh crore rupees, while India Semiconductor Mission has an outlay of 76,000 crore rupees to strengthen the ecosystem. India's semiconductor ecosystem is continuously growing.
The world trusts India. The world believes in India. And the world is ready to build the semiconductor future with India.
Domestic startups supported under the Design Linked Incentive or DLI scheme are accelerating chip design. 278 institutions and universities are engaged in semiconductor research and design, building a large talent pool. The global semiconductor industry is projected to reach $1 trillion by 2030, while India's domestic market is expected to touch 100 to 110 billion by 2030. With supply chains concentrated in a few geographies, India is emerging as a trusted and reliable partner in diversifying global manufacturing.
Under the semiconductor mission, one of the major targets that we have taken is to develop a very deep talent pipeline, and this is reflected in the way so many global design companies are coming to India because the talent is here. The semiconductor mission is today supporting 278 universities and institutions where the world's latest EDA tools are available to students, and the students are designing chips. 28 of those chips have already been designed. This is reflected in the confidence that the global semiconductor companies have in India's semiconductor mission, and that's why they are coming to India in such large numbers.
India is transitioning from assembly of devices to advanced design and chip manufacturing. The focus is on designing and building chips in India for the world. The upcoming 2-nanometer milestone represents a decisive step in technological self-reliance. This progress strengthens India's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat and positions the nation as a leader in the global semiconductor industry. Bureau Report, DD India.
Achieving an important milestone in the Mumbai-Ahmedabad bullet train project, an undersea tunnel is being constructed beneath the creek between Mumbai and Thane. A crucial 4.8-kilometer section has achieved a breakthrough on Saturday. Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav attended the Shilfata tunnel breakthrough event at the NHSRCL site at Ghansoli. The Mumbai-Ahmedabad bullet train will reduce the travel time from Mumbai to Ahmedabad to 2 hours and 7 minutes. The tunnel forms part of package C2 of the bullet train corridor. The milestone follows several other civil and infrastructure developments completed over recent months. Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav hails the breakthrough of this new Austrian tunneling method as an important milestone in the Ahmedabad-Mumbai bullet train project. Union Minister asserts that the first section of the ambitious Ahmedabad-Mumbai bullet train will be operational by 2027.
प्रोजेक्ट के बनने से मुंबई अहमदाबाद बुलेट ट्रेन में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का जो संकल्प है, उससे मुंबई से अहमदाबाद की यात्रा हम सब के लिए कंफर्टेबल 2 घंटे 7 मिनट की यात्रा हो जाएगी। 2 घंटे 7 मिनट में मुंबई में आराम से बैठो, अहमदाबाद में उतरो, अहमदाबाद से बैठो, मुंबई में उतरो, और रास्ते में बड़े बड़े शहर हैं, तो इन सारे के सारे शहरों की इकोनॉमी एक हो जाएगी और उसका एक बड़ा मल्टीप्लायर इम्पैक्ट होगा।
Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister Dr. P.K. Mishra addressed the second annual convocation of IIM Mumbai. He urged graduates to embrace lifelong learning, ethics and teamwork as India enters Amrit Kal. Dr. Mishra said IIMs have shaped India's growth story and their alumni have made vital contributions. He noted challenges like COVID-19, trade wars, climate change and supply chain disruptions. At the same time, he pointed to India's digital revolution, UPI payments and booming startup ecosystem. He stressed that teamwork matters more than individual brilliance in future success. Dr. Mishra concluded that young leaders hold the responsibility of building a resilient, future-ready India.
Dear graduates, as you enter your own leadership journeys, take this lesson to heart. With vision, determination and teamwork, even the largest and oldest institutions can be transformed. India today is not just talking about change, we are proving it through speed, scale and purpose.
The Central Administrative Tribunal held its 10th All India Conference on Saturday in New Delhi. The 10th All India Conference aims to deliberate on the way forward for strengthening the judicial and administrative system, with particular emphasis on enhancing efficiency, improving disposal rates, and ensuring timely delivery of justice to government employees. Inaugurating the event, Chief Justice of India, B.R. Gavai, emphasized on the importance of the improvement of the working conditions of the tribunal. He also lauded the tribunal for disposing of 400,000 out of 600,000 cases filed.
CAT has disposed of nearly 4 lakhs of the 6 lakh cases instituted in the tribunal so far. These numbers reflect the immense effort, discipline and dedication that have gone into making of tribunal a functional and a responsive institution. Yet, we must therefore also reflect on the continuing challenge of pendency. Despite commendable disposal rates, pendency of administrative tribunal remains a significant concern, as it is so even with the pendency in the courts. The Law Commission reported that as of July 2017, more than 44,000 cases were pending before CAT. This number has grown significantly over time. Another persistent problem in this regard is with multiplicity of appeals which arises from the tribunal's decisions. But if you can have some central agency to filter as to whether really the matters deserve to be appealed or not, that will greatly reduce the pendency of the matters before the court. Quick relook at the service conditions of the chairmen and the members of the tribunals, I think, is the need of the day. In the All India Judges case, we have now reintroduced the requirement of a practice of 3 years for the law graduates to be eligible for the examination of the JMFC.
Russia launched a massive drone and missile attack on Ukraine, killing 3 people and injuring dozens. In a statement on Telegram app, Ukrainian President Zelensky claimed that the attack involved around 580 drones and 40 missiles targeting Ukraine's infrastructure, civilian production companies and residential areas in different regions across the country. Estonia has called for a consultation with other NATO members after Russian warplanes allegedly violated its airspace on Friday. Allegedly, 3 Russian MiG-31 fighter jets entered the Estonian skies without permission and remained there for a total of 12 minutes over the Gulf of Finland. The move has triggered complaints of a dangerous new provocation from the EU and NATO, but a denial from Moscow. Italian F-35 fighters attached to NATO's air defense support mission in the Baltic states were scrambled to intercept the Russian jets and warn them off. Alliance chief Mark Rutte praised the quick and decisive response. Sweden and Finland also scrambled rapid reaction aircraft. Estonia immediately called for urgent talks with NATO allies less than 2 weeks after Poland did the same after claiming an incursion by a wave of Russian drones. In response, Russia's defense ministry said the MiGs were on a scheduled flight from Karelia on the border with Finland to an airfield in its Kaliningrad exclave, which is surrounded by Lithuania and Poland. The statement said that during the flight, the Russian aircraft did not deviate from the agreed upon route and did not violate Estonian airspace. Addressing the issue, European Union's foreign policy chief Kaja Kallas said the NATO must show no weakness and Russia is testing their patience.
We must show no weakness, because weakness is something that invites Russia to do more, and they are increasingly more dangerous not only to Ukraine but also to all the countries around Russia.
After the alleged airspace breach from Russia, Estonian Foreign Minister Margus Tsahkna called for a strong response. Estonian government said that it was an unprecedentedly brazen incursion.
Now we need as well military planning for more capabilities, surveillance and also capabilities. But also it is very important that the NATO shows the unity amongst the membership, and also it's a very clear message to Putin that he cannot push the lines all the time. So 12 minutes violation, heavy violation of NATO airspace needs a solid response on political level and as well on practical level.
Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump said that he would soon be briefed on reports that Russia had violated Estonia's airspace and made clear he was not pleased with the situation.
Russian jets entered Estonia's airspace today for 12 minutes. Do you see that as a threat to NATO?
Well, I'm going to have to look at it. They're going to be briefing me in a short while, so I'll let you know about it tonight or tomorrow. I don't love it. I don't love it. I don't love it when that happens. It could be big trouble, but I'll let you know later. They're going to brief me in about an hour.
Moreover, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky also called the alleged Russian incursion into Estonian airspace unacceptable new destabilization measure by Moscow. Moreover, French President Emmanuel Macron and UK Defence Secretary John Healey strongly condemned the violation of Estonian airspace by a Russian fighter jet. In a post on social media platform X, Macron called the incident another step in Russia's accumulation of provocations and irresponsible actions. Healey echoed similar concerns, stressing that such incursions undermine European security and stability. Both leaders reaffirmed solidarity with Estonia, vowing continued vigilance against Russian provocations. The incident adds to growing tensions between Moscow and Western allies. US President Donald Trump announced that Chinese President Xi Jinping has approved a deal to keep TikTok running in the US, easing tensions between the two nations. Both the leaders spoke for about 2 hours in their first call in 3 months and agreed to meet in South Korea in 6 weeks to discuss trade, fentanyl, and Russia-Ukraine conflict. While China hasn't confirmed the TikTok deal publicly, Trump said only a formality remains. Congress had threatened to ban TikTok by January 2025 unless its US assets were sold by Chinese parent ByteDance. Donald Trump sounded positive and described the conversation as great and confirmed that deal is now moving ahead. He also highlighted the involvement of major American investors in the deal.
It was great. I had a great call with President Xi, and as you know, he approved the TikTok deal. And we're in the process. We have some great investors, some of the biggest in the world, American investors, great people. And we look forward to getting that deal closed.
And still to come on DD India Newshour. We'll tell you more on Busan Film Festival.
The biggest problems can often feel too complex to solve, beyond our capacity, or just impossible. But that is till we find a solution, and once we do, everything seems simpler.
This is the micro drip irrigation system, which in fact saves 60 to 70% of water while watering a tree.
We are looking for on the land today with the natural plants are around 1/3 of a ton of nickel per hectare.
It is readily available. We can get it from the surrounding area, and the local farmers also benefit. If we use waste from their sugarcane crops, they get something out of it too.
By helping hedgehogs, I make a small attempt to compensate for the injustice in this world.
You're watching DD India Newshour. I am Siddharth Bharadwaj. President Draupadi Murmu visited Gaya in the eastern Indian state of Bihar for the ongoing Pitru Paksha Mela. The president performed Pinddan Shraddh rituals this morning at Vishnupad temple in Gayaji, known as the land of salvation. These ceremonies are held to honor and pay respect to one's ancestors, a key tradition in Hindu culture during the Pitru Paksha Mela. She was welcomed by the head of temple committee on her arrival. President Murmu's ancestral roots date back to Uparbed village in the eastern Indian state of Odisha. The maiden edition of the bilateral maritime exercise between the Indian Navy and the Hellenic Navy concluded on 18th of September 2025 in the Mediterranean Sea, marking an important milestone in growing defense cooperation between India and Greece. The exercise was conducted in 2 phases, a harbour phase held from 13th to 17th of September 2025 at Salamis Naval Base, followed by the sea phase on 17th and 18th of September 2025. The Indian Navy was represented by guided missile stealth frigate INS Trikant, During the harbour phase, personnel of both navies engaged in a wide range of activities aimed at fostering mutual understanding and synergy. Busan International Film Festival, Asia's largest film festival, is going on with a focus on regional cinema. The 30th edition of the Busan International Film Festival in South Korea from 17th to 26th of September is featuring a historic competition with 14 films from across Asia. The festival aims to celebrate progressive and humane regional cinema. India is participating with over 10 films, reflecting the country's rich diversity in storytelling and filmmaking. All right, and DD India's Jaya Sinha joins us from Busan, South Korea. Hi, Jaya. You are in Asia's largest film festival. How's it going on, Jaya? And what's special this time?
Definitely, Siddhant, the Busan International Film Festival, it's in its 30th year and they have gone competitive this time. And India is creating history because India is participating with the ever strongest lineup here at the Busan International Film Festival. From red carpet to screenings, we have Indian films participating in their various film project sections. Indian films are participating, and Neela Madhavpanda, National Award winning director, Padma Puraskar Vijeta, his film has made it to the competitive section this year at Busan International Film Festival, Spying Stars. And today was a very special day for India because Asia Content Film Market, that is ACFM, that's the most prestigious, one of the most prestigious film markets of around the world, which is a special part of Busan International Film Festival. And today we saw the opening of Indian Pavilion here. Bharat Pavilion was inaugurated here today with the delegations from various countries participating. So that's very special this year at the Busan International Film Festival, where global filmmakers from around the world are eyeing for a strong co-productions and partnership with India, because here in India, here at Busan International Film Festival, it's not only about festival participation. India is not only participating today in most of the prestigious film festivals, but is also a celebration of Indian filmmaking, Indian culture and India's soft power. They are not only films which are participating here at Busan International Film Festival, it's an entire spectrum of Indian economy which consists of storytelling, art content creation, the kind of the rise of orange economy which we saw with the inauguration of Wave Summit last Wave Summit. So that all the aspects of filmmaking, how we can collaborate on more subjects, how Indian storytelling is reaching new heights, we can see here at Busan International Film Festival.
Definitely, Jaya. And you mentioned about Bharat Pavilion. Along with that, what's in store from India's point of view?
Participating in Busan Film Festival, I will say three things. It's about visibility, it's about collaboration, it's about how perspective, how Indian movies are being perceived around the world. Because right now we see Indian films are really breaking stereotypes. We are not doing the cliche stories. Right now, India is known for its independent filmmaking. India is having a ball at various film festivals. We see Indian actors, Indian films participating in the most prestigious film festivals around the world, and not even participating but also winning top accolades. So here in Busan Film Festival, it's very special because for the first time a high-level delegation led by Minister of State, Information and Broadcasting, Dr. L. Murugan, is participating this time, and we can expect strong collaborations with India and Korea. We can expect various MOUs, various co-production treaties in the field of many various aspects of filmmaking being discussed on the highest level, and with the strongest ever contingent of Indian films and led by a high-level delegation led by MOS L. Murugan, we are eyeing toward vaster markets. We are trying to capture major markets around the world, talking about TIFF, Toronto International Film Festival, then Cannes Film Festival, and here at the Korea International Film Festival, which is happening here at the Busan International Film Festival. We're also eyeing at the South Korean market because Indian films are really popular here. You can ask anyone, and their favorite film will be Three Idiots, Dangal, and The latest releases are also being very popular. In the K culture is popular in India, and here Indian films, Indian cuisine, Indian songs, Indian music is really popular. So what are we looking for? We're looking for visibility, we're looking for more partnership, we're looking for co-productions, because Wave Bazaar is an integral part of Bharat Pavilion. Wave Bazaar, a unique platform where it gives a great platform for Indian filmmakers to connect with global market, to connect with global investors. So we see a lot of B2B meetings happening in next 3 to 4 days as part of Bharat Pavilion.
Definitely, Jaya, you told us about how the international audience is taking the Indian cinema and their favorite movies, as you told, are movies like Three Idiots, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, and there are other movies as well. Jaya, tell us more about how the international audience is talking about the Indian cinema, the way it has progressed, in terms of its cinematography, in terms of storytelling, and other aspects of filmmaking as well.
International audience is very curious and very perspective. They like Indian culture, they connect with Indian stories, and independent filmmaking, which is happening right now. Independent filmmakers of India are really making waves in international film arena right now. Today we met Tanishta Chatterjee and Sharib Hashmi. Sharib Hashmi is a very famous actor around India. Because of the OTT platforms, because of the screen getting macro, but the content getting major, there is a huge push from the government for our creators, for our collaborators to come tell their stories, and there's an international audience are really very welcoming for Indian films and Indian stories. So what is happening right now, there's a lot of enthusiasm for international audience to come to Bharat Pavilion, know how India is presenting its content, know how India is promoting their films and promoting its content, its filmmakers, its actors. So we see a lot of people coming and inquiring about how they can shoot in India, they can invest in Indian storytelling. Because with the latest push from the government, we have ease of doing business, we have single window clearance. We are saying, come shoot in India, come make stories in India, come with your crew, come and shoot in the beautiful locales of India. That is what India is offering here at the Indian Pavilion. We have the best stories, we have the talent, we have the technology. It's an emerging economy where they're getting pushed for all the content creators, all the filmmakers, all these stories, the kind of enthusiasm, the kind of push which is happening right now, and the kind of platform Indian filmmakers, Indian actors, Indian films are getting around the world is phenomenal, and that is very important. And the way the Korean audience, and here is the Asian film market where there's a producers, there's filmmaking companies which have come around the world, and there's a major interest in Indian films, Indian content. So we are hoping for major MOUs for a lot of co-productions being set up in Korea with the Busan International Film
Indeed,
Festival.
Jaya, and we also hope that you have a great time there in South Korea. And Neeraj Ghewant's Hindi film Homebound, starring Ishan Khattar, Vishal Jetwa and Janhvi Kapoor, is India's official entry for Best International Feature at the 96th Oscars. Homebound premiered at Cannes 2025 with a 9-minute standing ovation and was second runner-up at TIFF's People's Choice Awards. Based on a New York Times essay by Bashrat Peer, it follows two friends facing caste and religious bias. Produced by Dharma Productions with Martin Scorsese as the executive producer, it releases in India on September 26, 2025. The Saras Ajivika Mela 2025 opened at Delhi's Major Dhyan Chand Stadium, featuring over 200 stalls by 400 self-help group women entrepreneurs. Organized under the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana (NRLM), the event carries the theme Making of Lakpati Didis, celebrating rural women's enterprise. Highlights include the Saras India Food Court, cultural shows, eco-friendly stalls and inspiring stories of women who have joined the government's mission of creating 3 crore Lakpati Didis, over 2 crore already achieved. And you're watching DD India News. Our time now for sport. India signed off their group stage campaign at the Asia Cup with a 21-run win over Oman in Abu Dhabi. The result means Surya Kumar Yadav's side head into Super 4 unbeaten. DD India's Abhishek Mahajan reports from Abu Dhabi. Have a look.
India had already sealed their spot in the next round that allowed the team management to rotate, give batters some time in the middle and even hand the ball to part-timers. The plan looked safe on paper, but nearly backfired.
It was very, very important for other guys to chip in and get a game under their belt, because we never know because who can be used at what point of the time. The key thing for us to make sure that we get as many players as possible a game under their belt. But yeah, I mean to say is they played well, and I'm glad that we holded the nerves in the land better.
On a tricky surface, India managed 188 from their 20 overs, but Oman didn't back down. Veteran Amir Kaleem and youngster Hamid Mirza hit half-centuries, pushing the chase deep into the 18th over. Oman eventually fell short at 167 for 4, finishing with 6 wickets in hand. A spirited effort that tested India more than expected just a couple of days before their high-voltage clash with Pakistan.
It wasn't a one-sided affair at all. Oman pushed India harder, but Suryakumar Yadav used this game to try out different combinations ahead of the big India versus Pakistan blockbuster clash. With cameraman Kumar Datta, this is Abhishek Mahajan in Abu Dhabi for DD India.
The stage is all set up for Super Fours in the Asia Cup 2025 as Sri Lanka meet Bangladesh today in Dubai. Charit Asalanka's men topped Group B with 3 straight wins, defeating Bangladesh, Hong Kong and Afghanistan while thriving in chases. Pathum Nisanka has been their batting mainstay with 50s, 250s in fact, while Kusal Mendes and Kamil Mishara have provided valuable support. Bangladesh, inconsistent so far, sneaked through to the Super 4 after Sri Lanka's win over Afghanistan. Skipper Liton Das will look for better support from Saif Hassan, Tanzid Hassan and Tawheed Hridoy, while Taskin Ahmed strengthens their bowling as well. In the head-to-head rivalry, Sri Lanka take the edge, winning 13 out of the 21 times they faced up against Bangladesh. And DD India's Abhishek Mahajan joins us from Abu Dhabi. Abhishek, hi. India and Oman match was a dead rubber, but Oman gave India a hard time, isn't it? Wasn't expected from Oman at all, but lessons learned by India from that game. But there'll be some team change as well when they'll be playing Pakistan, isn't it?
Absolutely, Siddharth. I'm back in Dubai again. Yesterday the match was played in Abu Dhabi, but yes, a lot of lessons learned. India rejigged the batting order. Sanju Samson coming in at number 3, Hardik Pandya at number 4, Suryakumar Yadav didn't bat at all. And the same question was asked from Suryakumar Yadav in the pre-match press conference for the Pakistan game. And then he said that, bowlers also wanted to bat today. Arshdeep Singh was really keen to bat. So I asked him to go up the order and bat. Kuldeep Yadav also was sweating it out in the net, so he also got a look in. But yes, Oman was about to give Team India a big scare in the sense that Oman scoring 160 odd, India scoring 188 and Oman losing just by 21 runs. But yes, it was like a practice session for India, but a lot of credit to Oman for putting up a good show. Kaleem did well. Jatinder also gave a good start, and what a in bowling also Faisal Shah, who bowled Shubman Gill out in the in-swinger. What a great performance by that bowler. But yes, it would have given a lot of confidence to Omani cricketers the way they played in the last 2 games. But yes, they measured the progress, and good performance by Oman against the defending champions India.
Definitely, we'll keep taking updates from you, Abhishek, but as of now we leave it there. Thank you so much. Updates from the third one-day game between India and Australia. Women in Delhi, Australia have put up a run fest at the Arun Jaitley Stadium, taking the Indian bowlers to the cleaners in the series deciding match. Led by Georgia Wall, Elise Perry and Beth Mooney, Australia have gone past 380 runs in 45 overs till the last reports came in. Wall smashed 81 of 68, while Perry chipped in with 68 of 72. Experienced Beth Mooney smashed century in 57 balls to become the joint second fastest centurion in women's ODIs. Earlier, Australia captain Elisa Healy won the toss and opted to bat first. India, who never won an ODI series against Australia, retained their playing 11 while the visitors made a couple of changes, bringing in Kim Garth and Grace Harris in place of Darcy Brown and Annabelle Sutherland. The series is tied 1-1 after Australia won the first ODI by 8 wickets and India recorded a historic 102-run victory in the second in Molanpur. With the World Cup just days away, a series win would be a signature statement that India has arrived. And my colleague Deepika Mehto joins us live. Hi Deepika. How do you analyze the series decider? It seems like it's a run fest from the Australian side.
Good evening, Siddharth. Currently, if you look at the match, it is India versus Australia, the decider series. And if we look at the last match where India beat Australia, creating a successful history by 102 runs, was altogether a different league. But today, when we look at the Australian side, it is looking really dangerous because when we look at Beth Mooney, who's already created a century and she's already at a very good run rate here, and she's also about to create another 50, hit another.
All right,
50.
I'll get back to you, Deepika. I'll get back to you, Deepika, in a while. But right now, we are showing you these visuals of the review meeting. These are the visuals from Lothal that we are getting for you. And for all those viewers who've just tuned in to DD India, this is a review meeting by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. These are the visuals from Lothal. Earlier in the day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated and laid the foundation stones of various development projects, and especially in the maritime sector. It will give India's maritime sector a fillip, a boost, keeping in mind the fact that India has a rich maritime heritage. A while back, we were also talking to our correspondent Vishal Baristo, who was there in Lothal and was telling us about the significance of India's rich maritime heritage, and also how National Maritime Heritage Complex will educate the young children about India's rich maritime heritage and how it will bring true essence that we were talking to our correspondent Vishal Baristo, and you just saw the visuals from Lothal, the review meeting by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And that's all for this edition of DD India News Hour. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can scan the QR code on your screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India News Hour.